Alrighty, so today we're gonna be making a fall-themed pumpkin pasta with only the ingredients you see here in front of you. And so the idea here is we're gonna try and keep this simple, quick, and easy, and kind of keep it pumpkin-y. Yeah. So all we really need is some olive oil, heavy cream, pumpkin puree, some noodles. I got these at Trader Joe's, and they look like little pumpkins, so that felt on brand. A few seasonings, salt, pepper, nutmeg, and a little ball of garlic. That's all you need. So first things first, we're gonna get all this out of the way. We are gonna fill this pot up with some water to get our noodles going. All right, so we got our water, throw in a bit of salt, slap a lid on that bad boy, and heat it up. Now, the only other ingredient that we have that needs to be prepared is this bulb of garlic. So I'm gonna pop off, say, all right, 5, because that's what came off. And we're gonna get these all minced up and ready to go. Smash each of them. Make them easier to get the skin off. I'm gonna cut the butts off of them. Now for these, we are just gonna start mincing them up. So we're just gonna scoop those up into a bowl. And then next, heating up a pan. And then once that's hot, we're gonna add the garlic. All right, pan, it's getting heated up. Add a little bit of olive oil. Throw that in there. It's obviously not hot enough because it didn't sizzle when I threw it down. But we're gonna saute this up for just a sec. Until it gets aromatic. Slight tangent, I recently went to an olive oil store and I didn't really know how many kinds of olive oils there were until we got there. This lady took us on a whole tasting flight. By the end of the day, I probably had tried at least like a cup of olive oil and was like, I was feeling it. But, oh yeah, the way that this applied was I got this olive oil there. Let me just say that like splurging a little bit on a really nice bottle of olive oil, definitely worth it. I think this olive oil was maybe $35. And I've used it every day and we are maybe 10% of the way through. So definitely worth it. Now it begins to sizzle. I always love the smell. Sauteing garlic and onions. They are changing color. The water is getting excited. Almost ready. I just spilled water on the stove. All right, so now we're gonna open up the pumpkin right there. And we're gonna add this to the garlic that's on the stove right now. All right, so this garlic is going and we gotta get this pumpkin out into it. Oh. I think I burned that garlic a little bit. Huh, it's like a little puck. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna put that over there in the back while I get the rest of the pumpkin in there. Okay, too many things going on. Just mix up that garlic and that pumpkin just to calm the garlic down so it stops getting angry. And meanwhile, the water is upset. So we are gonna go ahead and my cat pour the pasta in. All right, I'm gonna pour it all in. I may have just splashed myself with boiling water. Now this. We're just gonna mix that up a little bit, and then I need to add some heavy cream to make it a little bit thinner. All right, so now that we've got our pumpkin and garlic added, I'm gonna add about like a half cup or so of heavy cream to this pan. We're gonna add a little bit of salt, some black pepper, then like 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, just a wee bit. Now you might be wondering, That looks so thick with like 3 C's. How is that gonna work? Well, don't worry. We're gonna add some pasta water to this once the pasta is done cooking, and that's gonna help thin this up and let it coat all of the noodles when we're done. So I'm gonna return this to a really low heat until the pasta is done cooking. So I said this was gonna be quick. I didn't realize how quick because the pasta sauce is basically done and we're just waiting on the noodles now. So I think it's safe to say this could be a 10-minute recipe, a 15-minute recipe if you're actually good about getting the noodles on first and then doing everything after that. Alrighty, so now that the pasta is just about done, I'm gonna steal some of this water. Oh, not the noodles, just the water. No, not the noodle, just the water. Not the noodle, just the water. There we go. And we're gonna use it to thin up this sauce over here. So we're thinning up the sauce. Oh, that's why you wear an apron. I just got pumpkin on me. See a little bit more pasta water. Throw it in here. I'm just looking for the right consistency before I then throw all the noodles in here. Wow, I've splashed more pasta, more pumpkin on myself now. So I'm gonna try and learn from my mistakes and actually put my apron on just in time to almost finish the recipe. And in the meantime, I'm going to drain the noodles. You can see this is much more of a sauce-like consistency. Still pretty thick, but more of a sauce. Now, we're gonna add in just enough of our noodles. I'm thinking about half, so that we can coat and get them all good and saucy. There are a couple things that I liked about these noodles. On the one hand, they look like pumpkins, which is great for this recipe. On the other hand, they're also basically like giant scoopers, so they will grab so much pasta so that every bite has got a lot of pasta in it. All right, look at that. That looks pretty good though. So now all that's left is to serve it up. Now, I mean, you can top it with whatever you'd like, but I think for me, I am going to try topping this with nuts. So I like having something a little bit more like crunchy and substantial in there with my pasta too. So I am gonna add in just maybe some walnuts and parsley. And then I think that'll be all, and then I'm ready to eat it. So let's throw a good amount of walnuts on top. I like nuts. Throw a bit of dried parsley on top because I don't have any fresh. Et voila, pumpkin pasta.